Hello everyone, I have another tutorial for you. I'm going to show you how to make this crop halter top. I just love this top so much, and this is the back. I actually put lining, but I did not include it in this tutorial. But if you want me to make a tutorial on how to put lining, let me know. If you want to make this top, stay tuned, and these are the materials I used. For this top, we are going to make 2 cups. This is another way on how I make triangle cup. I will use half double crochet here instead of double crochet. I usually make my cup like this if I use thin yarn, and if I want my cup to be pointy, here in the middle I will use a chain 1. But if you want your cup to have a little bit bigger hole in that middle, use chain 2. This is size 32 and 34. I did 12 rounds of half double crochet. For bigger size, just add more rounds. If this is not your first time in crocheting bra cup, let's say normally you have 16 rounds in total. In this top, you only do 13 rounds because we are going to make 2 rounds of different pattern and we're going to make border. But if this is your first time and you have bigger size, let's say this is the whole breast, this illustration I'm showing, the point is that point in the middle, so that's the middle of your breast. Measure from below the breast to the middle. Let's say this measures 7 centimeters. What I do is I make a chain 8 centimeters long because I always make an allowance, because when you start crocheting the stitches it will be shorter. When you measure, don't stretch it. And then after I have chained the length that I want, I will add chains for turning. This could be 2 chains or 3. So yeah, I hope this will help on how you will get your measurements in making cups. Now let's start the actual tutorial of the top. To start, make a slip knot, then chain 19 plus 2. If you don't know how to chain, just yarn over and pull it through. Yarn over and pull it through. When you have your chain, block the 3rd chain from the hook. The loop where the hook is inserted does not count. Then half double crochet in the 3rd chain. Half double crochet is yarn over, insert your hook, and then you yarn over, and then yarn over, pull 3 loops. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull it through, and pull through the remaining 3 loops. And just continue putting 1 half double crochet in each chain. And on the last chain, put 2 half double crochet. And then chain 1, and then add another 2 half double crochet in the same chain. So that's 1 and then 2. So that I won't get confused, I'm going to put a stitch marker on that chain 1 that I made. And by the way, I already have a proper stitch marker now. And after that, just put 1/2 double crochet in each chain all the way down. So just insert hook in one loop in the middle and then half double crochet.
Here we go.
So as you can see at the end there, that's our turning chain. I will put my last half double crochet in that chain. Round 2, chain 2, and then turn work, and then half double crochet in the same stitch where you chained. So put 1/2 double crochet there, and then half double crochet in the next stitch, and then to the next, and just keep putting 1/2 double crochet till you reach the stitch marker, and in that chain you put 2 half double crochet and then chain 1 and then another 2 half double crochet in the same chain. Okay, after you put the 2 half double crochet on the top, then you just have to put 1 half double crochet all the way down in each stitch, and you put your last half double crochet in that actual stitch, not the chain, but the actual half double crochet from the previous round. So I'm just going to skip these rounds of making the cup because it's just a repetition of half double crochet, and then after you make your cup I will show you how to make the next round. We are going to make something different. So for my size I did 12 rounds of this half double crochet. So if you're making same size, you just do the same. Now I have finished making 12 rounds of half double crochet. To start the next round, chain 3. Just 1 and then 2, 3, then turn work, skip 2 stitches from the previous round, 1 and 2, and on the third stitch put 3 double crochet. Double crochet is yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull 2 loops and pull through the remaining 2 loops. So put 3 double crochet in the same stitch and then skip 2 stitches again, and on the third stitch put 3 double crochet and skip 2 stitches again, 1, 2 and then 3, and on the third stitch put 3 double crochet and just keep continue doing this pattern till you reach the chain 1, which is the middle of a cup. Okay, before the chain 1, which is the middle of the cup, I have 3 stitches left. So I'm just going to skip that 3 stitches, and then I'm going to insert my hook into the chain 1 and make 3 double crochet in that chain. That's 1, and then 2, 3, and then chain 1, and then put another 3 double crochet in the same chain. Then that's 2 and 3, and then skip 3 stitches, one, 2, and 3, and on the 4th stitch put 3 double crochet. So because in the other side you skip 3 stitches, so make sure whatever how many stitches you skip in the other side, you just do the same in this side. And skip 2 stitches and put 3 double crochet. And then skip 2 stitches, and on the 3rd stitch put 3 double crochet. And put your last double crochet on the 3rd chain from the previous round. Okay, so your work will look like this. And for the next round, chain 3. And then turn work, and in that same stitch where your chain is, put 1 double crochet, and then 3 double crochet and them spaces in between the 3 double crochets from the previous round. And just keep putting 3 double crochets in these spaces, and when you reach the top of the cup, which is the chain 1, put 3 double crochet plus 1 chain, another 3 double crochet in that middle, and then at the end of the round put 2 double crochet in the 3rd chain. And then after that, I'm going to show you how to make this this row, which is will be the middle part of the top. To start, chain 3, and then turn work, then double crochet in the next stitch on top of double crochet from the previous round. and make 3 double crochet in that space in between the 3 double crochets from the previous round. So that's 1, 2, and 3, and put 3 double crochets in the next 2 spaces. This will have 3 sets of 3 double crochets. For bigger size, make it 4 sets of double crochet. And then put another 3 double crochet there. Okay, so there's 3 sets of double crochets, and for the next round, chain 3, and then turn your work, and then 1 double crochet in that stitch where your chain is. And then to the space in between the 3 double crochets from the previous round, put 3 double crochet. And then to the next space, 3 double crochets. And then to the last space, 3 double crochets. And just end this round by putting 1 double crochet in the 3rd chain. So yeah, your first cup is done. So just make 2 cups, pause the video, and come back when you're ready for the next part, which is connecting these 2 cups together. I already done 2, and to connect, we are just going to slip stitch these 2 cups. And yeah, so I'll see you when you're finished your other cup. Okay, to connect, just position your cups the way I'm doing it, and then insert hook on top of the stitch of the cup that is close to you. Then to the other cup, insert to the loop where your yarn is connected, and then just pull the yarn through, and then chain 1 and turn work. Okay, so on top of the stitch from the previous round, there's 2 lines of loops there, that there's like 2 lines. So I'm not sure if you can call it loop. For the cup that is close to you, just insert hook in the first loop. Yeah, so that one there. Okay, so we insert it first to the very first stitch where we connect. Yeah, so insert to the first loop, and then to the other cup, insert it to the second line, to the second loop there. It's a little bit hard to insert, but yeah, just be patient and just try to insert it. Okay, just slip stitch. Okay, make a slip stitch. And then to the next stitch, just insert to the first loop, and then to the next cup, insert to the second loop. There. Okay, so insert and then pull your yarn and pull it through and to the loop also. Okay, to the next stitch, slip stitch, so I hope you get what I mean. I think it's I'm showing it. I think you can see it, what I'm doing in the video. I'm not very good in explaining, I think, but yeah, I hope you understand. Okay, for the last the chain, you just insert your hook on top of the third chain and then to the other side, and just make a slip stitch also on the third chain there. Insert your hook and then just yarn over, pull it through, and then to the loop also. Yeah, so it will look like this. And then after, you just chain 1 or 2 and then you cut your yarn and pull the yarn to secure it. Yeah, usually like chain 2 to make it more secure. And cut yarn, and then next is we are going to make the border. For the border, start by connecting the yarn into the third chain in one end. If you know other ways on how to connect yarn, just please do so. And then chain 3. That's my first chain. And then the second and the third. And then double crochet in the next stitch on top of the double crochet from the previous round. I'm also going to hide my yarn end, that one there, so I'm just going to put that in the middle of my stitches, and then skip 2 stitches. On the third stitch, put 3 double crochet. So skip 2 stitches, that's 1 there, and then 2, and then on the third put 3 double crochet, that's 1, and then 2, and 3, and then chain 1 and then another 3 double crochet in that same stitch. And then skip 2 stitches. On the 3rd stitch, make a slip stitch. Yeah, so it will look like this, and then skip 2 stitches. On the 3rd stitch, put 3 double crochet. And then chain 1, and then another 3 double crochet in that same stitch. Okay, and the next is just skip 2 stitches. On the 3rd stitch, make a slip stitch. So this will be the whole pattern for the border. I'm just going to show you, I'm going to skip this part, and I'm going to show you how to do the top of the cup. Okay, so I'm nearly on the top of my cup, and I'm just continue putting double crochet, 3 double crochet in chain 1, and another 3 double crochet in this stitch. And then next will be a slip stitch, so I'm going to skip 2 stitches. That's 1, 2, there. I'm going to slip stitch, and on that chain 1 on the top, put 3 double crochet. And then chain 1, and then another 3 double crochet in that chain 1 space. And then after this, make a slip stitch in the next stitch, on top of the next stitch. And there, maybe you need to like make your stitches a little bit, pull it to the side, so you will see the first stitch and just slip stitch there, so it's the same in the other side. And then skip 2 stitches, and on the 3rd stitch, make 3 double crochet, chain 1, and another 3 double crochet in the same stitch. Just the same pattern what you did in the other side. And then I'm going to show you how to do the middle part. Okay, I'm nearly in the middle part of the top. This will be my last set of 3 double crochet plus chain 1 and another 3 double crochet in the same stitch. Then after this, skip 2 stitches. On the 3rd stitch, make a slip stitch. Okay, and in the corner there's another one stitch left, and on top of that stitch just make 3 double crochet. And after you've done the 3 double crochets, next there's a space, the chain 3. Next to that there's a line, slip stitch in that line, in there. Then put 3 double crochet in the middle. That's 1, 2, and then 3, and chain 1, and then put another 3 double crochet in that middle. And then slip stitch in the line, just the same in the other side, in that line. On top of that, just slip stitch, and then after, just put 3 double crochet in the corner stitch. Basically you just copy what you did in the other side. So there, just put 3 double crochet. Okay, so next do the 3 double crochet in the next stitch, make a slip stitch, just the same in the other side. There, so just slip stitch, and then after this we just need to continue doing the pattern, skipping 2 stitches, and on the 3rd stitch make 3 double crochet, then chain 1, and then another 3 double crochet in the same stitch. So you just do this till the end of the round. Just make sure that what you did in the other side you do in this side, so they will look the same. Okay, so I'm at the end of the round. I just want to show you. So now I'm just going to skip 2 stitches, and on the 3rd stitch I'm going to put 1 double crochet and then another double crochet in the 3rd chain. And for the next part we are going to make the back part of the top. So for now your top will partially look like this. Okay, so this is what I did to get the measurement of my back part. First, measure your torso. Mine is 73 centimeters. Then measure the front part. Mine is 35 centimeters. So just measures from this end to this. Okay, so we are going to exercise a bit of our math skills here. I hope you don't stop the video. Okay, so mine measures 35 centimeters. So after this, deduct the measurement of that front part to the measurement of your torso, and then deduct another 15 centimeters for the gap because this top will have string to close the back part. Yeah, just 15 centimeters. And then after deducting, divide the remaining number into 2, then that will be the measurement for each ends, which is for mine 11.5 centimeters. And then we are going to make an additional rounds for these sides, which will measure 1.5 centimeters, that one there. So now I'm just going to, whatever you deduct that 1.5 to the whole measurement of the sides, which is mine 11.5 centimeters. And now I'm just going to make a chain that will be 10 centimeters long. Oh my gosh, I hope I didn't make this so confusing. So make your chains whatever length you need for your back part. For mine, I did 28 chains plus 1, then cut yarn, pull to make it tight.
Here we go.
Then after, attach yarn to the third chain in the other end, and then just make a chain, the same number of chains what you did in the other side, but in this side add 3 more chains. For the next round, turn work and then double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. Loop in the hook is not included, so when you turn your work, the part that will face up is this one. It looks like a spine, so just insert hook in the first line of yarn, and there, I hope you can see in the video. And just put 1 double crochet in each chain. Actually, I skipped 1 chain at the end because I did like 28 chains in the other side, so I want to have 28 double crochets in this side also.
Invincible.
Okay, so I'm at the end of the chain. In that last chain, I would just skip that and then double crochet in the next stitch. I don't know if you can call this stitch, but yeah, I hope you can see it in the video. In the corner where I made a connection a while ago, I will put 1 double crochet there. And then this round will be a round of double crochets till the end. So the next double crochet is we're going to put it in the space, in there, in that space, put 1 double crochet, and the next to the space is that line there, put 1 double crochet on top of that, and then to the space, next space, 1 double crochet, and then on top of that line again, 1 double crochet, and on this in the space, double crochet, and then in that line, 1 double crochet, and then put 1 double crochet on top of each rows. So there, as you can see in the video, just put 1 double crochet, and then in the next row on top put 1 double crochet, and just keep doing that till you reach the middle part, and I will show you how to do the middle part.
Here we go.
Okay, for the middle part, just put 2 double crochet in that space, and then in the next space 2 double crochet also, and the next space 2 double crochet, and then last space before the connection 2 double crochet. And then on top of that line or row there, in there just put 1 double crochet. So yeah, this is what the top will look like for now. And then what you can do now is you just do exactly what you did in this side to the other side. And so I'm gonna let you finish this row, and then in the next row you just chain 3 and do another round of double crochet, putting 1 double crochet in each stitch. Okay, I have finished my 2 rounds of double crochet. I'm just showing you my last double crochet. I put it in the third chain. And then for the next round, just chain 3 and then turn work. This chain 3 will serve as our first double crochet, and then chain 2 for the chain space, and then skip 2 stitches from the previous round, and on the third stitch 1 double crochet, and then chain 2, and then skip 2 stitches on the third stitch, double crochet, and then chain 2, and on the third stitch double crochet. So this will be the pattern for this round. So I'm just gonna let you do this round and then I'll see you in the next round. Okay, so I'm just showing you in case this will happen to you also. So actually at the end of my round, it happened that there's one stitch left, my third chain. So I'm just gonna put one double crochet there. So my end will have 2 double crochets. And then for the next round, just chain 3. So that is our first double crochet, and then in the next stitch on top of that double crochet from the previous round, put 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochet in the chain space. That's 1, and then 2, and then on the top of the double crochet from the previous round, put 1 double crochet, and then in that space 2 double crochet, and then in that double crochet put 1 double crochet on top of that. And this will be the pattern for this round. Just don't forget at the end of the round you have chain 2 space there, so put 2 double crochet and then put your last double crochet in the third chain. So that's 1, 2 and 3, put your last double crochet there. So what you need to do now is just repeat the round of double crochet in each stitch and the round of 1 double crochet plus 2 chain. The two last rounds, just repeat that until you have the length that you want. For mine, I'm just going to repeat these 2 last rounds one more time. Okay, for the next part, we're going to make this design. This one. Okay, to start the round, chain 8, the first 3 chains that will serve as our first double crochet, and then the 5 chains will be the chain space, and then turn work, and then skip 3 stitches from the previous round. So that's 1, 2 and then 3, and then on the 4th stitch make a slip stitch, and then chain 5, and then skip 3 stitches from the previous round, and then on the 4th stitch make a slip stitch. And then just do the same by chaining 5 and skipping 3 stitches, and on the 4th stitch make a slip stitch. And this will be the pattern for this row, and I'm gonna let you do this row and then I'll see you in the next round. Okay, I just forgot to mention at the end of the round, just put 1 double crochet on the 3rd chain, and then for the next round just chain 5, and then the first 3 chains will serve as our first double crochet, and then the 2 chain will be the 2 chain space, and then on that middle or in the 3rd chain from the previous round make a slip stitch, and then in the next space, chain space, put 9 double crochet. and then in the middle or in the third chain in the next chain space, make a slip stitch, and then chain 5, and then in the middle of the previous round or in the third chain, slip stitch there, and then chain 5 again, and then the slip stitch in the middle from the previous round, and then chain 5 again, and then make a slip stitch in that third chain from the previous round. So the pattern will be like this, the 9 double crochet, and then 3 sets of 5 chains. So this will be the pattern till the end of the round. Okay, so I'm just gonna let you do this round, just continue this pattern. Okay, so this is the end of the round, so I'm just gonna chain 2 and then put double crochet in the third chain. For the next round, chain 5. The first 3 chains serves as our first double crochet, and then the 2 chain is the chain space, and then turn your work, and then slip stitch in the middle or in the third chain from the previous round, and then put 1 double crochet in the first double crochet from the previous round, and then chain 1, and then double crochet in the next stitch, and then chain 1 again and double crochet in the next stitch. So just keep doing this pattern, just putting 1 double crochet and then chain 1 in each double crochet from the previous round, and then when you reach the chain, the 5 chains, the first 5 chains, just make a slip stitch in the third chain from the previous round, Okay, so here you also have 9 double crochets, but with a chain 1 in the middle. Okay, so just slip stitch in the third chain, and then chain 5, and then slip stitch in the third chain from the previous round, and then chain 5 and slip stitch in the third chain from the previous round. Okay, so this will be the pattern for this round, and by the end of the round, just don't forget to chain 2 and put a double crochet in the third chain from the previous round. So I'm just gonna let you do this round, and then I will show you the next round. Okay, for the next round, chain 5, and then turn your work. The first 3 chains will be the first double crochet, and the 2 chains is this chain space, and then double crochet in that first double crochet from the previous round, then chain 1, and then double crochet in the next double crochet from the previous round, and then chain 1, and then put 1 double crochet on top of that double crochet from the previous round, and just keep doing this pattern until you reach the 5th double crochet from the previous round, and in that stitch put 1 double crochet and then chain 1, and then another double crochet in the same stitch. So there will be 2 double crochet in that middle stitch, and then after that just continue doing the pattern by chaining 1 and putting 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet from the previous round. And when you reach the chain 5 from the previous round, make a slip stitch in the 3rd chain. There, slip stitch, and then chain 5, and then slip stitch in the 3rd chain, okay. So yeah, this will be the pattern for this round. I'm just gonna show you one more time. Put 1 double crochet in the first double crochet from the previous round, and then chain 1, and then double crochet in the next double crochet from the previous round, and just chain 1, and just keep repeating this until you reach the 5th double crochet from the previous round, and in that stitch put 1 double crochet plus chain 1, and then another double crochet in the same stitch. So I'm gonna let you do this round, and then don't forget to chain 2 at the end of the round and put your last double crochet in the 3rd chain from the previous round. Okay, so I have finished my round, and then for the next row, chain 5, we're going to make something different here. We're going to make a picot, and then turn work, and then in that first double crochet from the previous round, make 1 single crochet. So single crochet is insert hook, and then yarn over, pull through, and then pull 2 loops, and then single crochet in that chain 1 space, and then chain 1, and then insert your hook in front of the single crochet, that 2 loops there, insert your hook, and then yarn over, pull through, and make a slip stitch. And then in the next double crochet from the previous round, single crochet, and then in the chain 1 space, single crochet, and then chain 1, and then insert hook in front of the single crochet, and then yarn over, pull yarn, and then make a slip stitch, and then single crochet in that double crochet from the previous round. And so yeah, they look like they're picots, and then this will be the pattern until you reach the 5 chains from the previous round, and then when you reach that, just make a slip stitch in the third chain.
Invincible.
Okay, so just make a slip stitch in the third chain, and this will be the pattern for this row. So I'm just gonna let you do this row, and at the end of the row, just don't forget to chain 2 again and put your last double crochet in the third chain from the previous round. And then after, this will be the end for this part. Okay, so I'm at the end of the picot round, but my yarn is not enough, so I will attach a new yarn. And then to attach, just insert hook, and then instead of pulling the old yarn, pull the new yarn, and then just yarn over and pull 2 loops. This is pulling the new yarn, and then after that I'm just going to tie the 2 ends of the yarn there to make it more secure. Okay, so now I'm just going to continue putting a single crochet in that space and making a picot. And then single crochet on top of that double crochet from the previous round. And then at the end, just chain 2 and put your last double crochet in the third stitch from the previous round. Okay, so we are done with this part, and the next part is we're going to do the sides of the top. This side, we're just going to do this side here, and then I'm going to show you how to do one side, and then you can just continue doing the other side. To start, chain 1 and then put 1 single crochet in the space, and then single crochet on top of the stitch from the previous round, and then single crochet in that space, and then single crochet on top of the stitch from the previous round, and then in the space, and you can just continue doing this, 1 single crochet in the space and on top of the stitch from the previous round till the end of the row. and then 1 single crochet in that end, and then for the next row chain 1 and then turn work, and then just put 1 single crochet in each stitch. Chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch, so put 1 single crochet in that stitch where your chain is. Okay, for the next round, chain 3 and then turn work, and then double crochet in the next stitch from the previous round. And then chain 2 and then skip 2 stitches from the previous round and 1 double crochet into the third stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then chain 2 and then skip 2 stitches in the third stitch, put 1 double crochet and then another double crochet in the next stitch, and this will be the pattern for this row. Okay, for the last row, just chain 1 and then turn work and then single crochet in that very first stitch where your chain is, put 1 single crochet there and then another single crochet in the second stitch, and then 2 single crochet in the chain space, the 2 chain space, put 2 single crochet and then 1 single crochet in each double crochet from the previous round, and then 2 single crochet in the 2 chain space from the previous round, and just continue doing this till the end of this row, and then put 1 single crochet in the third chain, okay. So this will be the end for the side, so I'm just gonna let you do the other side. Just copy what you did in this side, and then for the other side attach your yarn in the third chain, the corner, and then you just cut this yarn and then you chain 1 and to make it, and then pull the yarn through to make it secure. And then after this one, I'm going to show you how to do the long string. Okay, for the string part, we have to attach our yarn in that stitch before the chain 1. This is the middle of the cup and it's chain 1, and before chain 1 in that stitch attach your yarn. And then when you attach your yarn, this is just very simple. You just have to chain as long as you want your string. Mine, I did 330 chains. Sounds a lot, but yeah, I like longer strings. And after that, I'm just going to go back by slip stitching in each chain. Okay, so here I'm just showing, let's just pretend that I already have my 330 chains, and then I'm just showing for beginners. If you don't know how to slip stitch, you just insert hook and then you yarn over and pull through yarn and then through the loop. Insert and then yarn over, pull yarn and then through the loop. And then when you reach the cup again, just insert your hook in that stitch next to the chain 1 and then make a slip stitch. And then after that you can just cut your yarn and then you chain 1, pull through yarn and pull it to make it tight, and do the same on the other side. This is the end of the top and I hope you enjoy making it. If you have any questions, just don't forget to write me a comment below. And thank you so much, and I'll see you in my other tutorials. Bye bye for now.